Next question, what specific texts were excluded and why does it matter for the Messiah? The Bible we have refers to books that no longer exist in any canon. For example, the book of Jasher is mentioned in Joshua chapter 10 verse 13. The book of the Wars of the Lord appears in Numbers chapter 21 verse 14. Paul references a letter to the Corinthians in 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 9 that predates what we call 1 Corinthians, but it didn't survive. The biblical authors themselves were well aware of larger scriptural tradition than what actually made it through the selection process. What we have is a curated collection, and the curation was done by people with agendas. The most important excluded text for this conversation, to me, is First Enoch, specifically the section called the Parables of Enoch, covering chapters 37 through 71. In those chapters, Enoch receives a vision of a figure called the Son of Man, a pre-existent heavenly being who dwells with God before creation, who will sit on the throne of glory, who will judge the wicked and vindicate the righteous, whose name was known before the sun and stars were made. This is not just a conquering earthly king motif. This is an explicitly divine, pre-existent cosmic figure. And Jesus used this exact title, Son of Man, to refer to himself more than any other designation in the Gospels, 80 times across the 4 Gospels. When he tells the high priest at his trial that they will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of power and coming on the clouds of heaven, he's not making a vague poetic statement. He's invoking a specific figure from a specific tradition. The audience that knew that tradition understood exactly what he was claiming to be. The mainstream establishment, working from a canon that had been marginalizing that tradition for centuries, largely did not.